and say hello. We clap and say hello. With our friends at story time, we clap and say hello. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Miss Nari, and I am a librarian with the San Jose Public Library. My friends from the Environmental Services Department and I wanted to bring you a special story time about something we do almost every single day: recycling and throwing things away. We all throw things away. We throw away the things that we can't use again, but we sometimes throw away the things that we can use again. Things that go into the garbage are things that we can't use again, like food scraps, styrofoam, and more. Do you know where the garbage is in your home? Ask a grown-up to help you find it after our program today. Sometimes we put things in the garbage that can actually be used again, and those are things that should go into the recycling. Those are materials that are made out of paper, plastic, glass, and metals. We want to make sure that we keep the garbage separate from the recycling so that we can pull out the things that can be used again and just throw away the things that can't. I want to share with you a book called Recycle by Gail Gibbons, and this is going to have so much more information for us about things that we can recycle and things that can go into the trash. And the publisher for this book is Little Brown and Company. This is Recycle by Gail Gibbons. More and more garbage. Every day, people throw more garbage away. As the world population increases, that means as more people we have on our planet Earth, more people throw more trash away. Garbage trucks come to pick it up. But where does it all go? Have you seen a garbage truck in your neighborhood lately? Where do you think it takes all that garbage? Most of it goes to sanitary landfills. A landfill is a place where garbage is dumped in heaps from garbage trucks. Some landfills are lined on the bottom with a layer of clay and soil covered with plastic. Bulldozers push the garbage into neat piles. Then they cover it up with dirt so that it doesn't smell and keeps the bugs and animals away. But most people don't want to live near a landfill. Besides, there's now so much garbage that in many places there just isn't enough room to bury it all. So where does it go? What can we do? One solution is to cut down on the amount of garbage that we make. We can do this by recycling some of our garbage and turning it into new things. That's what recycling means. It means reusing materials instead of just throwing it away. So what are some of the objects that we can recycle? Paper. That's a big one. It takes a lot of trees and energy to make paper. In fact, people in the United States cut down 850 million trees to make paper products each year. Newspapers, boxes, magazines, and many other things are made from paper. And when these things are done being used, they shouldn't be thrown away. They can be recycled. Another material is glass. It takes lime, soda ash, and a special sand called silica to make glass. Many products come in glass bottles or jars, and when they are done being used, they get thrown away. It would take thousands of years for them to biodegrade at a landfill. Instead, these bottles and jars can be reused and should be recycled. Another object are cans. Most cans are made from aluminum, and that's a type of metal. Many products, such as soda and food, are sold in aluminum cans. And often when the cans are empty, they just get thrown away. And it can take about 500 years for them to biodegrade at the landfill. But instead, these aluminum cans can be reused and recycled. Plastic. Plastic bottles, plastic bags, plastic plates, plastic containers. Most plastic is made from molecules called polymers, which comes from petroleum. A big problem with plastic is that it just does not biodegrade. It can last forever. Instead of being allowed to fill landfills, litter roadsides, and harm wildlife, plastic can be recycled and used again. But remember, if you have any food in your paper, plastic, or glass containers, Make sure you scrape out as much of it as you can before putting it in the recycling. If more and more people learn to recycle, there will be less garbage and our planet will be a safer and healthier place to be. Recycling can be a habit that is fun and easy. And that was Recycle by Gail Gibbons. You can find this at your local library. We learned so many fun things in that book. We learned that we can recycle paper, plastic, metals like aluminum, and glass. And we learned that some things we just can't recycle at all. But what happens when the garbage gets mixed up with the recycling? When that happens, none of the items can be recycled, and it all gets thrown away and taken to a landfill. So now we're going to play a little game, and this is something that you can play again at home with your grown-up. I have some containers here that have different types of objects in them. I'm going to hold them up, and I want you to guess if they should go into the garbage or if they should go into the recycling. Are you ready to start? Here's our first object. What does this look like? It looks like it holds eggs. And I think, yes, this is a plastic egg cart. Do you remember, is plastic something we can recycle? Or is plastic something that we throw away? You said recycle. You got that right. Plastic containers like these, and even cardboard egg containers, are ones that we can put into the recycling. Here's another one. What do you think this is? This is a material called styrofoam. Is this something that we can reuse and recycle? Or should this go into the trash? What do you think? You said styrofoam goes into the trash. You got that right. This goes in here. Let's look for something else. This is a little cardboard box. Do you remember what cardboard is made out of? Cardboard is made out of paper. Is paper something that we can recycle? Or is paper something that goes into the trash? What can we do with this? Did you say recycling? That's right. Cardboard boxes like these can go into the recycling. Let's look for something else. That crinkling usually means that it's plastic. With this plastic wrap, what do we do with this? Does this go into the trash, or can this go into recycling? What do you think? Did you say trash? You got that right. Plastic wrap like this goes straight into the trash. What about something like this? This is a glass jar. What do we do with glass jars? Do they go into the trash? Or can we put this into the recycling? If you said recycling, you got that right. You're on a roll. Here's our last object. We have a tin can, but look, it's filled with food. What do we do? This is a special case. What do we do with the food scraps that are in this can? We scrape it out. We suck out as much food and liquid as we can. But now that it's empty, this goes into the recycling. Great job, everyone. That was a fun game. You can look for even more objects around your house to play with your grown-up after the program. We learned so many fun things today about garbage and about the recycling. Let's do a quick recap. Remember, if it's made out of paper, glass, metal, or plastic, it goes into the recycling. Just make sure you scrape out as much food and liquid as you can to keep them separate. If you're not sure if something goes into the garbage or the recycling, check out sanjoserecycles.org and you can look up over 300 different items to see where it belongs. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had a lot of fun and I hope you did too. Bye-bye.